Welcome to the first StarLitCoffee space podcast.
The space podcast.
All about space.
I mean, it's whatever, you know, like, I don't know if it'll always be about space.
Not always about space.
Actually,
in fact, not about space right now.
I was just going to say, we're not doing that one yet.
That'll be the next one.
Spoilers. I think that'll be the third one.
Sneak peek.
Introductions. I'm RJ.
I'm Mitchell.
I'm Ben.
And I'm Gavin.
We went in a very strange order.
At least we waved.
Yeah.
At least
I didn't wave.
I didn't wave either.
You losers.
Okay.
High five for waving. Oh my.
Anyways,
So, I shared an article on Facebook. RJ said, hey, let's talk about that. So that's what we're doing.
I saw an article that Ben shared, and I was like, hey, Ben, let's talk about that.
These guys came over to my house and they're like, we have an article we want to talk about. And I'm like, let's talk about that.
So, Mitch, did you read the article?
I didn't read the article, but there was a post on Reddit that like had a thing in the title, and then you post the exact same article. And so from the title and from that,
But did you read the one on Reddit?
no,
Okay.
I didn't.
So confirmed Gavin has not.
Nope.
Either.
I didn't see
I
your
I
post.
know what this is about. I don't know the specifics, but I know the general gist of this.
Okay, so basically the way we see colors is through little cones in our eyes. And photons hit them, and they translate that into a signal that gets shot up to our brain, and it turns into an image.
Try to think of another color that doesn't exist right now.
You can't
Right now.
do it.
Mm-hmm.
That's because you probably only have cones that see red light, green light, and blue light.
And then, correct me if I'm wrong, but people that are colorblind, like myself, they have less, or their cones just don't work as well.
They're dichromates.
You
Generally.
are a dichromate.
Yeah.
The reason that happens is basically one type of cone has been mutated and doesn't work properly anymore.
I'm a mutant? Cool.
Yes. So the idea
Worst power ever. I can see less color than you.
You want your money back?
Yeah, please.
so the
Your
idea,
parents paid a lot for you. Approximately 18 years worth.
That's a lot.
Oh my god.
Defective child, I want my money back.
So basically the idea behind the topic of today's episode, tetrachromats, are they have a fourth color receptor, a different type of them, so they can see red, green, blue, and a color we don't even have a word for because we don't usually see it.
It's probably like...
No, I
gonna
want
just-
you to continue,
I was
please.
gonna just say some random word. that I've never...
It's probably like Fooble.
Dude, I'd love to see
Red.
Fooble.
Red, green, blue, and Fooble.
Dude, okay, straying away from this topic just slightly, I'm sorry,
Okay.
we'll get back to it, like, immediately, but... Okay, so, you know, like how Rick and Morty has schmeckles?
Yeah, the money.
I heard on another podcast that that the word schmeckel, I believe, is Swedish for... I think that's Swedish, like a Swedish slang word for penis or something.
A schmeckle.
A schmeckel. You gotta
Okay,
look it
Ben's
up.
doing research.
I'm looking it up. A schmeckel is a form of currency in some dimensions.
Oh, wait!
It is encountered for the first time in Thirsty Step in episode Me Seeks and Destroy Rick and Morty's
up.
Waitress.
Look
Wait,
up,
wait, wait,
look
wait,
up
wait,
schmeckel in Swedish.
Urban
Wait.
Dictionary, Yiddish term
Oh.
for penis.
Okay, got it.
Wait.
Yes, I
Sh-
found
wait.
it on Urban Dictionary.
No. The Thirsty Step was in Me Seeks and Destroy?
Yeah?
Really? Oh, that must have been
It
like
was.
the B plot for that episode.
Oh, yeah, because he just gave the Meeseeks box to Jerry.
While they were... Okay, sorry,
Yep,
Rick
okay,
and Morty.
Let's get back to cones.
Anyways, back to the colors. In the children of colorblind people, it may have only been in women so far that we've found it. Basically, children of colorblind people can have red, blue, and green color receptors and then a fourth mutated one. So basically, just like how people who are only dichromate, those who can only see two colors, have a mutated one that doesn't work, their children can have a fourth type of cone
to see more colors.
That would let them see more colors, but it's mutated,
so
it doesn't work.
Mitchell, that just means you need to have kids.
Well, shoot. Aren't I out of luck?
And the reason we're talking about this is for the first time ever, we found a woman who has this fourth type of cone.
And it's working.
Yeah.
And because of that, she can see 99 million more colors than everybody else.
Yeah, because, like...
Yeah, just think about that for a minute.
Okay,
right?
Think about this. Think about it like this. Alright, so there's only, like, so many ways that 3 cones can perceive individually and, like, in combination.
Yeah.
With 4, that's, like, even more combinations.
The combinations are
many
limitless.
amounts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally limitless.
And I was like,
Well, not limitless.
I never thought about it like that.
Right.
I believe in the test that they were describing, like, basically what they had was...
Oh, my bad.
They put, like, test subjects into, like, this room, and then they had them look directly into a light shining at them. And, like, each light was supposedly, like, 3 different... Like, each light was a different color. But, like...
I think it was one light that changed colors.
Oh, one light that changed colors? Mm-hmm. Either way, there was supposed to be 3 colors that you could see. However, with our eyes, all we would see would be just this bright white light. But people, like this woman with the 4th chromate, or the 4th cone, she could look into the light and see the 3 colors.
Wait. So we, as a species, created color... Wait, so how did they know... How did they know that the white light was going to be the 3 different colors if they can't see it?
Because of what light is.
Yeah, the waves.
Light is a wave on a spectrum, and if you change the frequency, that's how tightly packed the peaks of the wave is. Then, if it's too close together, you get infrared light, and if they're too far apart, you get ultraviolet light, and we can't see those. We can just see a little bit in the middle.
Yes.
Basically, her cone, her extra type of cone extends that, so she can see beyond the regular spectrum.
Okay, so literally they just, like, did it, and they're like, okay, we messed around with this wavelength, and it should be a different color, but we just can't see it. And then they tested it on the people.
Yeah.
And found one person
that
could see more colors.
I'm extremely jealous.
Yeah.
And
as an artist,
my initial reaction was think of the artistic opportunities, but then half a second later my reaction
no one
was
would be able to see
nobody else would realize that she had created this type of art.
I wonder if all the existing, like, what the world looks like to her. I'm wondering if, like, the art she sees, she's like, ew.
It's like...
that color, for that person, why'd they pick that? And then, you know...
It's like when I found out you were colorblind, I wanted to look through your eyes and just, like, look at a color wheel.
It's
and Mitch,
not that different.
You are red-green colorblind, which means your reds and greens
are blurred.
not as strong as your blues.
I get browns and reds and yellows and greens, like, mixed up.
That's probably why his favorite color is blue.
It is.
Also, well, green's becoming my favorite color now.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I just like green.
So you can kind of see red and green.
Well, no, I can fully see red and green. It's just that if, like, there was a red thing and a brown thing next to each other, it might, like... I might not tell the difference.
Okay. So... So basically, with your situation is 2 types of your cones. 2 of the types have been mutated a little bit. So they...
Not too much, yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess it's mutated or not mutated, but they're mutated, but not to the point where they don't work at all.
Yeah, like, I can still totally... It's just, they become, like, and it's, very muddled.
So the other question that the article raises is, why haven't we figured this out yet?
I was just gonna say, like, the minute... Like, you think that she would figure this out at an early age. Because, like, one of the first things we teach kids is colors.
Actually... I would have pointed out too. It's like how little kids that need glasses won't see leaves, and that's not a problem. The kids won't bring that up. They don't see leaves because they've never seen them before. It's like how if you can see multiple colors, you've grown up with this. You think everyone can see it. You're not surprised by it.
Yeah, that's part of it. Part of it, I think, is that.
I read actually in the article
I
that
was getting to that.
the world is actually adhered to our human sight, like just as a species with the 3 cones.
And think about it. We make coloring. We make books to
crayons.
We make books to teach children what colors are which. Like, which colors are which. So, we're printing red. She can see red.
Yeah.
She knows red is red. But we also teach, like, orange is a mix of red and yellow. She sees Flurple and just assumes it's a mix between
whatever
different colors.
Yeah, okay. So maybe then what I said about, like, art and stuff, it would look the same to her then. But, like, okay.
Most, like, paintings and screens, since they only emit red, green, and blue light, would look the same to her as they would to us.
But, like, nature.
It's because we only have that rainbow spectrum, and hers just extends past it. It's not like she's missing or that's, like, altered at all. I mean, everybody's different, so, like, it's slightly altered for all of us. Like, my red isn't the exact same as, like, Ben's red. But...
Well, we don't know that they're different, but we also don't know that they're the same.
I'm going to assume that everybo's
for
different.
For simplicity's sake.
I'm going to say everyone is unique and special in the world.
Hi, Tumblr.
You take that back.
Take that back.
I'm sorry. That was cruel.
Anyways, there are some insects on the Earth that can see infrared light, and I think UV light.
Well, there's plenty of animals that see past our
spectrum.
Yeah,
there's insects that see heat.
I'm just
there's insects that see Flurple.
No. Yeah, and they see heat through infrared light, which is something that for those going from an evolutionary perspective, it helped them survive, but then became unnecessary.
Like deep sea creatures in the darkness.
Exactly. I think a few fish see ultraviolet light because that helps them in whatever way.
I just want to know if like there's a way that, not like Deadpool, but like kind of like force mutate our 4th cone as like a species.
Yeah,
and like eventually just develop that for everyone.
I mean, it's happening technically right now.
Through genetic engineering,
research.
Theoretically, yeah. The issue with genetic engineering is
everyone feels uncomfortable with it.
Yeah, it's become one of morality and ethics.
Yeah,
I think everybody would want to see 9 million more colors.
99
but
million.
99 million.
But then some people would be like, no, I don't want to be messed with genetically.
Well, it's the question of, it's getting into the sketchy ground of playing God. And is that okay?
That is true.
I mean, I think that's not God status, in my opinion. Like, God status is creating
life.
We're not getting into religion here, but I'm just saying that if you're thinking like, oh man, this deity made like a soul for this thing, I don't think we can replicate that.
No.
I mean, we do it biologically, clearly. But
I mean, really, I feel like if we do that and kind of like mess with our cones and stuff, that's no more playing God than like hybriding like corn to make that better, you know?
Yeah.
Like it's there and we can, like, it's accessible, we're just changing it so it fits us better. I feel like if people think that's like playing God, then like hybriding corn and even bananas and like animals like dogs, then I feel like that's kind of the same thing. So I don't see an issue with that.
The difference there is, well, okay, with food we genetically engineer it, but with dogs we just kind of mix them
and bred them for
right. But that's just mixing.
Just breed with each other.
Yeah. Right. That's just mixing animals. It gets sketchy when you're
going into the genetics of a being.
You're potentially changing the fundamental person. Like, corn doesn't have rights. Dogs don't have rights.
Well, it just gets into the person.
I think dogs have a little bit of rights.
You can't say that. You can't say that. You're going to say PETA on us now.
But we do. We are of a higher status because we created the laws.
Yes.
I don't... Just a quick question, but like, what do you say? Like, there's a planet out there that a scientist finds like billions of light years away, right? And it's like all white, right? You just like see it, and then they have that woman look through that telescope,
and she's like,
oh my, that is my planet.
My planet.
She's like, that's my home.
Also,
theoretically, that can happen.
Also, just keep in mind, like you guys were saying before, we've kind of engineered Earth to be perfect for what we can see, and everything. So, like with this woman and everything, like, just think of all the things that the real world looks like, with colors and like signals.
Like when she looks up at the sky, what does she see? Especially with all the sunlight rays.
Because like all the stars, like I mean, you'd see like individual stars, and sometimes you can like see like, oh, that one's like a little bit more blue than that one. That one's like a little bit red.
Yeah,
but like.
It's just a little bit more. She has 99 million more colors than us. We can't conceive of that.
No, and that's okay.
I want to see Flurple so bad.
This kind of goes back to the why haven't we figured this out before? I would imagine that Earth is like everything like man-made and stuff that she would have encountered is made for the red, blue, and green. So she'd be like, okay, this is normal. But then like I would just imagine that she'd be like on a date with someone and they'd be outside, and then she'd be like, oh, isn't that star, like, beautiful? And he'd be like, it's white. And she's like, no, it's a little, blah, blah. And, like, she would just notice stuff like that in nature, and she would, like, point it out, being like, wow, look at that. And people would be like, what are you talking about?
Now, that's the thing. I'm not 100% on this, but I think white would still pretty much be white.
Well, no, I'm just saying that, like, white would be white, but because they were messing around with like the white light and she could see different colors and that, I'm just saying like you were saying with stars,
like it might be like a natural that color, but we only perceive it as white.
Like the sun gives off many different spectrums of light. Wavelengths and light.
Also, I want to correct something before we go too far.
Okay,
white is just a combination of all the colors we can see in light.
Right,
yeah, in light.
She sees colors that we don't see. She's not seeing different things in white light. You shine a white light, we're all going to see it as white, not red, green.
No.
But what we're saying is like that on all the other test subjects, they showed the same light,
and it appeared white to them.
But it appeared white to them.
I don't think it would. I think it doesn't say white specifically, but it looked the same color.
Yeah. Okay,
correct.
So like whatever. So I'm just saying like this white light right here, that would still be white to her. I agree with you. But like a natural color of whatever color they picked, let's just say white for simplicity's sake, we see that in nature as that color, and we all see it as that color, but then she sees it as something different in nature.
No, she still sees that color, she just can see more.
I don't think you get what we're saying. Do you understand me?
I made the point.
Yeah.
Like, I understand the point that's trying to be made. I'm just trying to point out that it's not being made in the correct way. But, like, you're asking why hasn't she pointed out what about this color that nobody else noticed?
Yeah, or like, that's really pretty, and they're like, that's just blank.
The problem with that is it's like, that's all opinionated. People disagree about beauty all the time. That I'm just explaining. This is why we've never noticed before.
Okay.
I mean, I guess it has been. I've thought about it before, and I was like, "There's got to be someone who can see past our visual like spectrum of light,
right?
Like our colors." Mm-hmm. I was for sure about that. I was just like, I'm sure the research is being done, and I'll hear about it soon. And here we are.
We've got it.
So, not all of us have that fourth cone?
Not many people have.
Okay, and then so far, everyone besides her, if they have that fourth cone, it's destroyed. Okay, I'm wondering if they'll be able to, kind of like what you were saying, like, fix it now, since they know what it's supposed to
Gavin
be.
was like, it's naturally doing it. I don't agree with that.
What do you mean, what did I say, naturally doing it?
You're like, well, it's already happening.
Well, it is already happening. If colorblind children that are having kids with a fourth cone. That is naturally happening then.
The thing is like...
That's eugenics.
That is, like...
You can't selectively breed humans.
That kind of goes into, like, evolution a little bit, because it's like... Because a species evolves, or, like, fully evolves and changes
fitting their...
Like, a trait, like, completely because of multiple adaptation mutations
to help them survive.
I don't think we need 99 million colors to survive, and that's the problem.
Right.
So, Gavin, you need to create a problem that needs 99 million colors.
Yeah,
figure out.
If we suddenly have an issue where we need to start seeing infrared or ultraviolet lights, then my guess is we'd get glasses to do it.
Yeah.
Not genetically modify all of our children.
That's true. Like, there's colorblind glasses. If we could get glasses, give
us
a fourth cone.
Which is kind of strange though, because like even in that article they were like, oh, it like adjusting or making eyewear or whatever like doesn't help with like seeing these colors because like it's a completely different cone.
It's something our brain isn't used to processing.
Right. But they've made glasses for colorblind people.
Well, it's not that I don't have the cone. It's that the cones aren't working and the glasses correct that. I don't know if they can go so far as to create a totally different thing that replicates a whole different cone.
Okay.
All that the glasses are doing is helping the existing cones.
So if I
function.
like put cones as the
Okay, RJ.
I think that's going to conclude this episode.
Agreed.
My hair smells really nice.
I would like to know more about the colorblind glasses, though.
Go for it.
So,
I actually kind of want to do that.
We could talk about that another time.
Right. That would be a topic for another episode.
Or for my
another more researched episode.
Thanks for watching.
Like and subscribe if you want more.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.